All right, strap in, y'all, because we're diving headfirst into the dystopian authoritarian fever dream that is Canada, Canuckistan, in the year 2025, where taking a stroll in the woods will cost you $28,872.50, as well as a one-way ticket to the re-education camp for rogue leaf kickers, all under the banner of course, public safety. And guys, as we get started, please feel free to share this video with a friend if you enjoy it. Thumb up the video, it costs you $0 just for the algorithm. Help a brother out and leave me a comment with your thoughts as we discuss Mr. Jeff Evely, a retired Canadian Armed Forces veteran who decided on his own to take a little stroll in the Nova Scotia wilderness. Not, by the way, to set the forest ablaze, but to give a double middle finger, which I'm not going to do to y'all, salute to the government's latest assault on personal liberty. And you know what? Mad respect, Jeff. This man's out here risking his freedom for your right, his right, everyone's right to go outside, which of course is the second time Canuckistan and its smug maple syrup sipping know-it-all elites have tried to lock its citizens indoors. Take that, Trudeau. Take that, Carney. First, I dared to breathe unmasked during COVID. Now I'm stomping upon pine needles like a renegade lumberjack, you tyrants. And what does he get? A fine big enough that he could have bought a Tesla Cybertruck to plow through the forest like he's auditioning for Mad Max Maple Road. Canada has gone full Hunger Games. But instead of Katniss with a bow, it's bureaucrats with clipboards shrieking, "Your hike in dry weather is a hate crime against Mother Earth." They're out here acting like your cargo shorts rubbing together is going to spark a giant blaze. Oh, Jeff, your thighs chafed, and now Halifax is a smoldering crater. Carney's probably got drones buzzing over the pines, armed with AI facial recognition and fine generators, ready to zap anyone so nauseatingly selfish to enjoy a nature walk. Not the people, by the way, who are starting fires, lighting matches, or Wiccan leftists using their supernatural powers to summon lightning strikes so that they can enforce further climate change activism. No, it's the granola munching, outdoorsy types that pose a risk to public safety. Let this marinate. The same people telling Canadians not to travel to the United States because of tyranny are now forbidding Canadians from going hiking, camping, and fishing on public lands. Y'all know what this is? It's COVID, deja vu. When they claimed stepping outside of your house was the equivalent of mailing anthrax to Nana. "Don't breathe near Nana, you murderer," they screamed, all the while they were shoving a vaccine down our throats that worked about as well as a screen door on a submarine. Didn't stop transmission, didn't save a single polar bear, but sure freeze my bank account if I honk too loud at a trucker protest for freedom because you and your screen door brains know what is best. Maxime Bernier, leader of the liberty-oriented PPC, was screaming into the void like a Cassandra, warning that COVID lockdowns were a dress rehearsal for the climate Gestapo. Get everything right before you really stuff it down our throats. And credit, the man's a prophet in a turtleneck. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. First is no more than 6 people at your Christmas dinner, or you, my friend, are a bioterrorist. Then it's no walking in the woods, or Smokey the Bear is going to have a nervous breakdown. What's next? Sorry, Sandra. You can't drive your minivan with your kids because your V6 is personally turning the Arctic into a kiddie pool. They've been preaching ice cap Armageddon since Al Gore was out there rocking skinny jeans and a PowerPoint presentation during his Inconvenient Truth. Yet the truth somehow is that the planet is greener than ever before. I'm talking more trees, more grass, but God forbid you dare to pleasantly stroll through it like some eco-criminal. And let's get real. This is all about control, using fear, which is the ultimate choke collar. It's for your safety, they chant, like a colt in khakis, while they strip you of your rights faster than a Black Friday sale. They're going to snatch your car, your freedom, and your right to sneeze without a government-issued tissue and a permit. Soon it's, sorry, pal, you're over 35, you once flew to Miami, and our surveillance of your WhatsApp mentions a second child? That's 3 carbon felonies, my friend. It's time for MAID, Medical Assistance in Dying. I suggest you volunteer or we'll schedule it for you. Smile for the drone cam. Optics do matter. This is safetyism on a triple espresso shot, folks. They're not just after your freedoms, they're coming for your soul and your last Timbit. And who's going to enforce this dystopian yard sale? No, not human beings. No, that's too messy. Human beings might have a heart and forgive. It's going to be AI. Drones and robots patrolling the streets like it's Blade Runner meets a Canadian Tire clearance rack. Picture a Roomba with a taser zapping you for jaywalking. Citizen, you stepped on grass. That's a $50,000 fine and a one-way trip to the re-education camp where you'll knit hemp socks for eternity. Resistance. Oh, good luck. That's futile. You try to push back, and a drone's dropping a flashbang on your barbecue, turning, of course, your $200 a piece beef burgers that are made from actual methane farting cows that you used your family's yearly carbon credits to purchase into charcoal crime. No humans to fight against? Sorry, no counter-revolution. Just a permanent ruling class sipping their soy milk pumpkin spice lattes while the AI and Skynet keeps us in line. And this is why we have to fight every single one of these clown countries, whether it's North Korea, England, or China, play the safety card with a dose of fear as though they have a royal flush of control. China is fining hikers as though they're Pablo Escobar smuggling pine cones in a fanny pack. If we don't fight, we'll live in a world where breathing's a carbon felony, and the only legal hobby is binge-watching Trudeau's TED Talks on Netflix. Jeff Evely's out here taking one for the team, walking into the woods like it's a revolutionary act. And honestly, it is. So raise a glass or a pine cone to Jeff. Because if we don't laugh at this lunacy, we're going to be crying in our state-approved bunkers, eating lab-grown kale while a 55-year-old childless, overweight woman reads us our carbon rap sheet. And dare to question her or her motives. You get shipped off to government-assisted suicide, as though you were Winston Smith from 1984 for daring to have an original thought. So Please wake up, Canada. Your forest is whispering through the pines. Screw the fine. Every single person grab your boots and hike like it's 1776.